Hello friends, and welcome to the Crypto Stacker channel. Hey folks, if you're watching for the first time, please know I only make these videos for entertainment and education, not for financial advice. So please do your own research before investing in this project or any project. Today, I'm speaking about Terareum. Terareum is a sponsor of the Crypto Stacker channel, and today is Terareum Tuesdays. It's a day that I dedicate my content and prioritize towards talking about Terareum. So let's jump right into it. Terareum in the last 24 hours actually back up a little bit, about 2%. You can see here over the week, down about 14%. In the 14-day, it's down 13%, down 31% in the 30-day. That actually, believe it or not, I mean, it feels a little painful if you're watching your bag. But if you're investing in anything else besides Terareum, you'll know that the rest of your crypto projects and investments have probably taken comparable losses. So I'm going to show you a chart here at the end that shows actually how closely Terareum is tracking with the broader market, and then a couple other posts that I just think are interesting. So before we jump into all that, let's take a quick look at the fundamentals. Today is May the 10th. Currently, there are 9,051 wallets, an increase of 3 over 2 days ago. This is 2 days data that I'm showing you. The current market cap is 93,500,000. So we're ranked 345th of all cryptocurrencies based on Terareum's market cap and CoinGecko's ranking system. What I mean by that is the market cap for Terareum is 93,500,000. If I go into CoinGecko, if you were to search top cryptocurrencies by market cap, I've scrolled down a couple pages, we would find that 93,500, which would be right here. It would put us in just above this meta at 345th of all cryptocurrencies. So what's fascinating about that is that's a pretty big jump up from where we were 2 days ago at a higher market cap. So what does that tell us? It tells us that Terareum has actually held up better than several projects that we have jumped in front of, moving up the ladder towards the top of the pile. We've got a long way to climb, get back on that first page, but hopefully that's the direction we're headed with some of the things that I'll be showing you. So the price again is below 802, 8019. The volume in the last 24 hours, 73,000. The burn has ticked up to 51.53, and in the last 2 days, 5,700,000,000,000 tokens were burned. So an average of 2.85 trillion per day. All right, so let's jump over now and take a look at some Twitter posts that I think are fascinating. This one right here is being retweeted, but this one was put together by R.D. Price, who is the media director for social media for Terareum. And he's just talking about the fact that Terareum is talking about having 50 developers and programmers being hired very soon in their corporate office. Milton has communicated that the office space should be completed by Friday. So we're a few days away from the Terareum corporate office being completed, and it says fully functioning by Wednesday. Great things incoming for us. So next Wednesday, they should be able to start the process, if they already haven't, of hiring some of these developers and programmers, and adding 50 people to a development team should help accelerate and complete some of the projects that the development team's working on right now. So I think that's good news for Terareum. The other one that I wanted to look at is a fascinating one, just looking at charts. And this one was also tweeted by R.D. Price. I'm going to make it large so you can see it. So look at these charts and the absolute similarities between them. They're not similar in terms of their price, but across the board here, we're talking about very, very similar just overall charts. It's pretty incredible. And actually, the amounts that they're all down in this chart, very, very similar. So Terareum is tracking with the market. What that tells us is, at least for me, this is just my inference, that what's happening to the price of Terareum, at least here over this time frame that we're seeing, which is a 7-day chart, is more indicative of what's going on in the market and not so much with the project. Now, if the project, we can have good news coming out, we can have some new developments. We've got the Terra pool that should be coming. They've got the home office that's being finalized. Some of those kind of things could put some wind in the sails and hopefully create some positive prices. But it would be great too, just to get some good news back into the marketplace and get everything moving in a positive direction. So I was on a live stream earlier with Ryan Patrick, and he asked me the question of, what would you tell people that are investors in this current climate, right? Because these are pretty hard losses, and really this 15% over 7 days is kind of the tip of the iceberg. If you go back a couple weeks beyond that, some of these tokens have taken pretty big hits. Ethereum was up around 3,000, Bitcoin was up around 40,000. That's a 25% dip for them, and Ethereum pushed even lower than this, 23.59 at certain parts. It was like close to a 30% dip. So what do you tell people that are new investors? Well, the first thing I would say is it's cryptocurrency. It's extraordinarily volatile. It's one of the reasons people like it. And they like it, especially when the price is going up rapidly. There's tons of stories in crypto about people who've made small investments and turned it into big amounts of money. But that really isn't going to be the case for every single investor. So you have to know it's very volatile. It's generally speaking much more volatile than the stock market. So if you're coming from a stock investing background, be prepared for volatility. Number two, don't invest money that you are not willing to part with. If you're not willing to risk losing all of it, I wouldn't invest in cryptocurrency in general. But if you are investing in cryptocurrencies and you're in projects that are solid, I mean, two of the ones on this screen, Terrareum is a new project. The jury's still out on it. If we're being honest, time will tell the tale. The development team seems to have a good roadmap. I'm seeing a lot of motivation with them. They're taking a lot of steps that will potentially give Terrareum staying power, the ability to still be here next year, to be here in 2 years, to be here in 3 years. And at that point in time, that's enough of a background and a history to show you that the project's going to make it. That's where these other two are. This is where Ethereum and Bitcoin are. They've been around for several years, and so it's a little easier to believe that they're going to continue to be around. Well, what I would say is, if you believe in the projects that you're in, right now it feels really disheartening, okay? It feels like it's time to jump. It feels like I better just sell it now before I completely run out of money. And the truth is, if you don't sell it, it's possible you could, right? It's possible it could go to zero. There's lots of projects out there that have gone to zero lately. Now, they're not similar to Terrareum, right? I'm not saying I think Terrareum could. It could. I mean, Ethereum could go to zero. Bitcoin could go to zero. I don't think that's going to be the case, just my own opinion. So if you believe in the projects that you're in, now is probably more likely the time to be buying. You're buying them at a discount from where they were before. And if you don't have more funds available to buy, it may not be the time to sell. It might be the time to take a deep breath, to turn the phone off, and just put it aside. Now, if there's some type of catastrophic event that's happening in the project, there's some kind of a downfall with the development team, there's some kind of unkept promises, things that really worry you, that's a different story. But if nothing has changed inside your project outside of what we're seeing on the screen, which is the environment has changed and everything seems to be moving together, take a deep breath and look at holding your position. Okay. So I today added to my position with Terrareum. I purchased another 750 billion. It was right in the neighborhood of $1,500 worth. It brings my total position to 7,755 billion. And just for transparency's sake, I don't know exactly if this will come up at the camera, but there's my wallet, okay? It's 5,755 billion, okay? I try to be as transparent as I can. Sometimes we get criticism for that when we do YouTube content. People sell and they try to be transparent, say, hey, I'm going to take some profits, or I'm selling out, I'm moving away from the project. People don't like that. If you were to sell and didn't say anything, people don't like that. I'm not trying to tout my bag or be boastful. I'm just trying to show you guys what I'm doing. And at this opportunity, I'm adding to my position. I'm hoping for a recovery, that at some point in the future, if this really makes a nice rebound, I'll be able to collect some profits along the way. That's why we're here. We're investing for profit. So, friends, I hope you're having a great day. Really, I hope you're not disheartened by the market. If you are disheartened by the market and it is hard seeing your money go down, take stock in the other good things in your life that money can't replace. Take stock in your friends, your family, the blessings that you have. This is what I try to do to keep positive. And friends, I hope you're, again, having a great day. Thank you for joining me, and check back with me soon. We'll watch our crypto stacks grow together.